Hi, it's me, your boyfriend slash girlfriend slash stay friend, my favorite content creator of the hour. And the internet is huge. It's massive, especially in the content creation space. There are literally thousands upon thousands of creators. And I'm saying that because on Twitter yesterday, suddenly I became very aware of a person by the name of Sketch. All over my timeline, just Sketch. Oh my God. So I'm thinking, oh man, is this one of those like Dr. Disrespect situations where another famous Twitch streamer or YouTuber is doing something wrong? I look into it. No, he's just gay, or at the very least not straight. Let me, I guess, clarify that. So this week is some footage or, pictures of Sketch leaked, and it was of him doing OnlyFans from like 2 years ago, and he was with a guy. That's it. That's the whole story. Did OnlyFans with a guy. And there are a group of people who are taking offense to that for some reason. But before I get into those guys, I want to talk about the people who are very rightfully defending and supporting him. Because it's pretty fucking weird for people to be upset over the fact that this person used to do OnlyFans, no longer does it, and potentially is gay, or, at the very least, part of the LGBTQIA plus community. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's legitimately nothing wrong with that. I find it so interesting because it's usually the group of people who are the ones saying like, sex work is bad, OnlyFans girls are bad, don't do OnlyFans, it's terrible, it's awful, it's the worst, who are also typically people who seek those women out, but are saying how bad OnlyFans is, are now getting on this guy because he did OnlyFans, quit it, and started streaming. Like, that's crazy to me. So to all the big, huge content creators who've been defending him, I'm like, thank God you guys exist, especially because he is a Madden streamer, sports. You don't have to know a lot about gaming if you know a lot about sports, and how in the sport community, there is a lot of rampant homophobia, like a lot. It is not very open-minded, if we're gonna be real. Watch some athletes talking about how they're like the first to come out or whatever, or they didn't want to come out while they were playing because of all the shit they would get. Not the best. So for him to be where he is now and to have so much support, honestly, is a very, very, very good sign that things are changing for the better. Not fully though, because there are also lots of people who are, I guess, against him, including an NFL player, which is fucking strange to me. Tyreek Hill has tweeted saying that Sketch played y'all, and I just think that's hilarious. Of all the people to be talking about someone playing people, is Tyreek Hill, who has a laundry list of assault charges, mostly domestic, including allegedly breaking the arm of a 3-year-old child, talking about like judging people's character, people being played. That's weird. If I had domestics on my rap sheet, I would not be saying anything about anyone, because I have domestics on my rap sheet, and the person I'm talking about just boned a guy. Not even a crime, really. Just a thing people do. Then you have some random kick streamer, or maybe just random to me, who just being homophobic and using slurs, who I don't even think is blacks, and using the N-word. So that's where they go, Kick. You really pick them. And then of course we have Sneeko, and you guys know him. You guys know how I feel about Sneeko. So he's gonna get a little more extra time than everyone else I kind of just sped through. Sneeko had this to say.
Genuinely, I don't know why it's the new Twitch word. He's genuinely one of the most genuine guys ever. Nigga, no, he wasn't. No, he's not. He lied to you about his life. You're acting like it was like 2 years ago, he was taking it up the ass and getting paid for it on OnlyFans. One of those genuine guys that he would have been straight up about his life. What a crazy thing to keep secret.
Weird how this is the guy who typically says stuff like keep it to yourself, and yet is now demanding that he knows about this. I have to assume that Sneeko's upset simply because there wasn't a third seat for him to sit and watch up close. But to talk about people being genuine when you are a known grifter is crazy. For you to even have an input on this when you're the #1 Cuties fan, wild. But then there was also other streamers like Bruce Drop'em who's talking about how the problem isn't gay, the problem is that you didn't tell anyone. Why does he have to tell people? You say your brother watches him, but you're not gonna let him not watch him anymore. Why? What's wrong with your brother still watching him? Like, it doesn't make any sense. If the problem isn't him being gay, then I fail to see what the issue is. I mean, hell, you've associated with Twitch streamers who have not revealed who they were or who've done shitty things, right? Like, I don't understand why this is such a big deal. You're saying it's not because he's gay, but it's very clearly because he did OnlyFans and did it with a man and did gay stuff. That's very clearly why you have an issue with this. And to people like that, I say, it's 2024, dude. Like, you should not have an issue with people doing OnlyFans. You should not have an issue with people being gay. Like, hey, what are we doing? What are we doing? And the fact that Sketch even considered like ending it, and I'll leave it at that, over this is such an insane thing because he did nothing wrong. I believe he said he was going to take a break and he might still just like quit after this, but he has lots of support, which again is great, but it should never have gotten to this point. We shouldn't even be talking about this. It's insane to me that in 2024, we are making it a story. The story shouldn't be that he did OnlyFans. The story should be that someone fucking leaked his stuff with most likely malicious intent in order to cause some drama. Like, that should be the real focus. People getting upset over this, go touch fucking grass, dude. Like, who cares? There's so many worse things happening. And just even if we're gonna limit this, like the gaming online space, why is he getting more pressure on him than Dr. Disrespected for messaging a minor? I have seen people die on the hill of that Dr. Disrespect is being framed. And yet we have people coming out being like, oh, he's gay, F him, da 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 da, he was lying, he tricked y'all, this and that. Like, what? Why is an NFL player chiming in on this? Go and play in the NFL. You just got traded to the Steelers. Like, why are we discussing this? Who cares? You beat your wife. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, why is this news for you? Why do you care about this? Why are all these random streamers suddenly like, hey, you know, F him, you know, we shoot gay people? It's like, what? Like, what's wrong with y'all? This is not something you should be worried about. I really do hope that he doesn't quit because he's clearly very popular. His popularity has exploded, especially since around March. And it would suck for him to just stop right now because some people who are homophobic want to make a quick buck off his name when he's really growing his own community. I hope he comes back. To everyone else who's supporting him, again, great fucking job. I think this is what's needed in the gaming community as a whole, to be more inclusive and supportive, because this doesn't affect people, you know, in a way that's like detrimental just to being a queer content creator. That's actually a good thing. I feel like people were okay with it last month, and now suddenly it's, you should have let this shit come out in June, but now it's a problem. Like, no, not a fucking problem. Dude. Like, that's, again, I feel like he's getting treated worse than Dr. Disrespect. Dr. Disrespect, who I will never let this go, was messaging a minor, intentionally messaged a minor, with the intent of meeting up with them. He just wasn't able to do that. And he's getting treated better than Sketch, who just did OnlyFans and might be gay. Like, I honestly was kind of, in a sense, hoping, given all the hoopla around it, that he did something equally bad Dr. Disrespect. Like, maybe he was a creeper, maybe he was grifting for money and like faking an illness or a disability or pretending to be a race he was, like something along those lines. Something like a big gotcha to expose, but just like, ha, you had sex with a man. What? What are we doing? What are we doing?